You can't claim to be a feminist and then expect a man to financially support you. Those are patriarchal gender roles.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from Men Only titled Leftover Women Are Upset That Nice Guys Are Saying No. And of course, whenever a nice guy says no to a modern woman, he gets his self-respect and the woman gets pissed off. Now, today's video was suggested to me by Locke the Bounty Hunter, so don't forget to subscribe to both of their channels, and let's jump right into it.
I started talking to a guy on one of the dating apps. Let's just say it was a Monday. Start talking, going back and forth, what do you do, blah, blah, blah. Then he says to me, what is your availability? It's like, oh, I'm really routine during the week. Leave work, go work out, meal prep. He's like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna be in your area today. My office is over there. Instead of doing your cardio, why don't we go on a walk? He also then says, just be prepared that I'm going to probably try to flirt with you and hold your hand. That's going to be part of it.
That sounds like typical banter from a dude that's interested in her, but she's on TikTok, so naturally she's going to use it as an excuse to endlessly complain about men for no reason.
So now I'm definitely turned off. I told you what I do, during the week. I told you about my routine. We just started talking today, and now you're, pushing for going on a walk, which to me, that's not my idea of a first date. And if that's a good first date for other people, God bless America, but it's not for me. You're already pushing my boundaries because I told you what I do. You're pushing your agenda to touch me physically. How do you know I want to hold your hand? What are we doing here?
He's talking about a half an hour walk, and she's saying that altering her routine is somehow this unbreakable boundary. If she's not willing to make a slight adjustment to her scheduling, then she's obviously not very interested in him.
I then proceed to tell him, so sorry, I'm not really into the spontaneous type dates. I had a plan for my week, my day. You're talking an hour from now. It's not going to work, but I'm happy to set up another day. His response was, oh, okay, that's fair. How people respond to you disappointing them says a lot about who they are. It didn't go the way he wanted it to go. And he wasn't cool with that. Because instead of then texting me again and planning a different date, he never said anything after that. And of course I didn't either. Watch very carefully how the people around you respond when you set up your boundaries and when you say something that disappoints them. Look at their actions and it will tell you everything you need to know about them.
She made it clear that she wasn't interested, and then she tries to make herself look like the victim because he lost interest in response. Nothing is ever their fault, it seems.
I have a question for all the non-single people on here who, I should clarify, are in happy, healthy relationships. Where did you meet your partner? Because I'm really over the dating apps. I'm really over the dating scene in general. It's a shit show out there. But I'm also ready to find my husband. Or I should say ready for my husband to find me. So how are y'all doing it? How did you meet people? Where do I need to be going? I need to be putting myself out there in person, I'm assuming. But where is that? Y'all let me know.
Modern women oftentimes are just socially incompetent, right? Even if there was this mythical place where all of the single men would hang out, she still wouldn't be able to meet a guy because none of them would actually meet her standards anyway.
I want to start this off by saying that I am not currently on any dating apps. I don't plan on getting on any anytime soon. But that being said, I am really disliking this narrative of everyone in my Hinge likes is ugly. Do they really think they have a chance with me? That's really weird. That's a really weird thing to say. And I also don't really understand it. I feel like back in the day when I was on Hinge, it was very much all these people in my Hinge like me.
Dating apps have destroyed dating. It overinflated their egos to the point where the mere idea of looking at an average man fills them with disgust, rage, and arrogance.
This person thought I was cute. This person thought I was funny, whatever. And now I get to go through and be like, do I like them? Is that not literally what dating apps are? I'm so confused why people are offended that people who are not their type are in their Hinge likes. It's a matching app. So if it's not a match, don't match. I'm so confused. And I also feel like that's a really weird, mean girl thing to say. To be like, ew, all these uggos in my Hinge likes. And you know what? I think it's fine to think that.
They get offended because they only want Chad to be paying her attention. Any reminder that other men exist infuriates her because she doesn't want to entertain the idea of being perfectly average.
I think it's fine to have that up in the dome, to be going through and be like, damn, like, I am not interested in any of these guys. Like, ew. I think that's totally fine to think up here, but I think it's really weird to come on the internet and be like, all of y'all are so ugly, like, none of y'all are my type. Like, did you really think you had a chance with me? Like, am I ugly? Guys, am I ugly? All my Hinge likes are ugly. You're ugly in here, honestly, for that. I know I sound so annoying, guys. I know I sound so annoying.
Modern women have gone out of their way to become as unattractive as they can, really. They could be aesthetically gorgeous, but then they act that way. You know, when they do, excuse me, they immediately become undesirable to the vast majority of men out there.
And I am not defending men in the slightest. I know what's out there on those apps. I promise you, I've seen it. I have been in the trenches. Trust and believe. But like, I just think that's a really weird thing to say. If you're not interested in the people that you're finding on dating apps, that's totally fine. Or you could just be like, oh, like, these people on Hinge are not my type. But I think it's really weird to be like, I can't believe this guy thought he had a chance with me. Can't believe he would send me a like. Girl, he just thought you were cute. He just thought you were pretty. Like, be so serious.
It's weird to see her talk about how she's not defending men as if that's somehow relevant to the point that she's trying to make. Even when she's trying to make a point about dating applications, she still has to bash men for some reason.
I open up Hinge. I'm already down bad if I'm there. I go to my likes. 173. How many matches? 2 of them. 2 out of 173 that I matched. I'm already down bad. Okay. One of the 2 guys, cute, oh, tall, North Dakota. I like a Midwestern boy. He hits me with a okay emoji. Already a red flag, but like when you're at 2 out of 172, I'm like, maybe he's nice.
Most dudes are lucky to get a single match on a dating app profile after using them for a long time. She's complaining that she's not getting her fantasy fulfilled. It's like getting a free steak dinner and complaining that the silverware isn't pretty enough.
So I match with him. I do. I match with him. And he has a, like, 2 truths and a lie on his profile. And so I answer it. And I'm like, hey, everyone from North Dakota is from a farm. He responds, he goes, yeah, I like your profile. You're from Florida. I like that too. Okay. I was like, okay. And I'm a little show dog. For you. You like that? You like, what are you saying?
What exactly was she expecting? She matched with Chad on a dating application. He's not going to be providing intellectual conversations or showering her with endless praise. She's lucky that he even bothered to text her at all.
Okay. I like that. I like that you're from Florida. I like that. Brother, I literally just answered your prompt on your profile, and you're not gonna... Like, what do you want me to say to that? Like, thank God. Oh my God. You literally just made my day by telling me that you approved of my profile. No shit you did, because you liked me. I can't do it. I can't. So I closed the Hinge app. And that was it.
She closed the app, but it will only be a matter of time before she downloads it again. And she'll keep running into the same situation over and over again. But when you're as desperate for validation as a modern woman, you end up living the very definition of insanity.
Here's why I think coffee dates work against you as a man. Okay, hear me out. Now I'm talking about my demographic. As you get older, maybe this is different. However, oftentimes attraction isn't there from the very beginning. And what's very important is for you to set the scene. Okay? And what happens with coffee is, in my opinion anyway, I think coffee is like an interview. Coffee is something that my 90-year-old grandmother would maybe go do. If you're going to do something like this, I highly suggest doing drinks.
She's saying that a man can only look attractive if he's spending money on her. She's already decided that she's not attracted to the guy, so naturally she wants to get a couple of expensive cocktails on his dime.
Because drinks are fun. You go in the evening, there's some nice ambiance, you can get some cute cocktails, you're setting the scene. A sexy scene, if you will. Coffee? Not sexy. Not at all. So, I just think this doesn't work in your favor at all. It's a date that you can literally do with your coworkers or with your dog. I just think it doesn't work in your favor.
She literally said that drinks are fun, which means that she relies on alcohol to have a good time. I don't know about you guys, but this is a pretty big red flag in my opinion.
If you are meeting on a dating app or social media or any place other than in person, do you have a vetting process before you go on a date? Like, do you do a call, voice messages, a FaceTime? What steps do you take before you meet them in person? Because normally I do either texting and a phone call, or it's rare that I do a FaceTime before I go on a date, but I'm starting to think maybe I should, because I feel like my time is more limited right now.
She has no business complaining about how her time is limited. She was the only one who clearly wasted her time in her younger years, and now she expects the men to do things on her clock. That's not happening.
And dating takes a lot of your time, and I also don't want to waste another person's time. I had an experience recently where I showed up to a date, and don't get me wrong, he was such a nice guy, but like, I knew that if I would have FaceTimed, we probably could have gotten to know each other more, and it wouldn't have been a match, so we wouldn't have wasted 3 hours of both of our time, you know, hanging out with each other, because I just knew, like, after I met him, like, I would not be a match for him, or we wouldn't be a match. And after we got to know each other even more, it was way more clear that we would not be a match. So I'm starting to rethink my vetting process before I go on an actual physical date. I'm thinking texting, phone call, FaceTime, and then meet in person. What do you guys do? Let me know.
It's funny how she's complaining about how she wasted 3 hours of her life with a dude on a date, but she's willing to waste literal days by texting, calling, and FaceTiming with dudes. Seems like an awful lot of work just to find some non-existent red flags. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Peace.